Hey, hey, yeah.
Yo, what it do, people? What it do? What it do? Welcome to the Selective Conversation. Today on the show, we are having Chester May. As you can see, this is a social distancing interview due to the coronavirus that's affecting us. But otherwise, yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Away, Chester, man. How's it?
Hey man, I'm good. How are you guys?
I know, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Can't say nothing, but I miss the street, you know?
Yeah, I can tell. Is my audio fine?
Yeah, man. But bro, how's the COVID-19 affecting you? What do you think about it? What's your thoughts on it?
Okay, how it's affecting me, and what my thoughts are about it.
Yeah,
Uh, the virus or the lockdown
the lockdown, the virus, everything that's actually affecting us right now.
as a whole. Okay, so now for me it will be in different aspects. First of all, obviously I'm still employed, and then I have a brand that I run, which is Socks Up. So it's kind of two ways. Bravo. At first, okay, on the side of employment, it's, you still covered because the company obviously still pays out. So in that regard, it's not that major in terms of loss on the financial side, I'd say. And personally speaking, I'm not in a place or in a stage or at a phase in my life whereby I have a lot of responsibilities, if I'm making sense. So it's not that major, if I can put it. But on the side of the business or the brand, it obviously deals with the operation of it. So you can't make any sales. You can't operate. Basically, the only thing you can do is, I think, marketing or digital marketing. So, and that's also if you have enough content. And in our case, which we don't, so it's kind of like those challenges as well, because you're restricted at the end of the day. So you can't go out and say that I'm gonna do a shoot to get content to cover up and all of that. But to a certain extent, on can I say, the improvement side of things or self-development side of things, to a certain extent, it limits you. And then also, the luxury is you have free time basically. So you can do quite a number of things, I would say. So yeah, that's one of the things. And then the lockdown, for me, as you would know, X, uh, what is this now? I've been saying uh, or stressing the economic strains that this COVID thing might what is cause. And luckily, it hasn't made a lot, a lot of, can I say, havoc, although it has to some extent. But at least now the president or the government has put now a plan in motion as to the way forward. So it's not all bad, if I can put it that way. It's not all bad. So it's
Uh,
been an experience. It's been a roller coaster ride. But yeah, I think it's just one of those things in life that you can never get used to it. You just need to always be prepared, if I can put it that way, and adapt to the circumstances. I think that's the number one lesson that, or the major lesson that this COVID 19 or the pandemic is teaching us. So you
uh,
can be neutral, if I can put it that way. Or circumstances will force you to adapt if you don't want to. So yeah, I think that's it.
Away, boy. Now, you as a person who likes to live life, I saw it on your Instagram page there. You had like on your description there, you wrote like make life worth living. So now, how do you make life worth living under these circumstances? Like you. well, on normal circumstances, and how did it affect your lifestyle, if I may put it?
A good question. uh, okay, first of all, how it affected, I think, yeah, you'll just ask me the follow up questions again, because I'm not recalling all of them, but I'll try my best. The first one, lifestyle wise, obviously, one is an outgoing person from time to time, I'd say. So for that part, it kind of like affects you because you can't socialize and go out to see people or other people, basically. You get what I'm saying? So you are restricted as to where you can go, what you can do. So for that side of things, it's kind of like that's the most impact it has made will be in that regard, lifestyle wise, like leisures, if I can put it that way. Just the fun things in life, entertainment wise, those kind of things. I think lifestyle wise, yeah, it would be just those kind of things, I would say. And then what was
I hear you. I hear you. The other question was that how are you actually making it worth living under these circumstances? But I think you touched on that, or do you want to add some more on that?
the only thing I can add now is you are forced now, not forced, but you are, yeah, kind of like not forced, but you are pushed into a different way of doing things. So you start to make things fun for yourself. You start to actually do things that you what is okay. You'll have to discover new things that you might be interested in. But on my side, I haven't been a big thing on a big. It hasn't been a big deal or factor like trying out new things and all of that. No, it's not been happening on my side. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I hear you saying that you have to discover new things that you enjoy and stuff. Now, have you discovered something that you did not know about yourself before this lockdown? Yo, it shook you actually. You're like, Ixie, is this me?
I won't say that. Coming to think of it, nah, not even. No, it hasn't.
Alright, cool. So I mean, this lockdown for people like you who read books, I think it's kind of good, or wouldn't you say?
Yeah, yeah. Can I jump in there quickly? Uh, like my personality, man. It's it's kind of weird because I like going out, and then at the same time, I like spending time on my own. I like being alone as well. I enjoy that. Bravo. So even before the lockdown, that's something that I've been doing, and I think anyone who is on that path of self-discovering and on the journey of self-discovering, I think because you tend to be most of the time alone, like reading books, jotting up thoughts, like working on your vision, those kind of things, just spending time with yourself, just being with yourself. So I think that's a huge contributor to this whole me being chilled about this lockdown thing because I don't mind being alone. I don't mind like to a certain extent not doing things. You get what I'm saying? Just taking a break, basically just letting your mind run wild, like just being with yourself, if I can put it that way. Because as I said, someone who's on the path of self-discovery or focusing on developing himself, he's gonna require what's gonna be required of that person is time alone. So, and for me, luckily, it's been something that I started to learn. Like I've like not mastered, but I've reached a certain level of maturity in that level. I think.
Mm, mm. Now, tell me, like, what made you actually get into reading books, or were you always a reading person from a childhood, or someone actually introduced you to this book reading lifestyle?
Funny enough, man, it
Yeah.
hasn't been a thing of it hasn't been a thing of me always reading since growing up. Nah, And okay, what's this? It is something I discovered after high school, I would say, né? And it came from the hunger, I would say, to self-improve my life. And I stumbled upon one of the what's this? Not one. I don't want to say principles, but ways of how you can do that. And it's also by reading. So a lot of successful people which I've been following, they they have that one thing in common. They are quite readers, and I just jumped on that train. And also it comes back to the people that you surround yourself with. And for me, shout out to a friend of mine, Leonard Libere. You know him, X. He's been
Hey,
one of the he's been one of the guys actually, because yeah, no, he's been on that trip, since high school, and his thing is leadership, Leadership is what his main what's his subject that he studies and that he's basically on. So it comes back to those things, the people that you surround yourself. And I was fortunate, like, to actually be surrounded by people of those of such what's this mindset. You get what I'm saying? And obviously, it rubbed off. Sorry, on me. So then the culture of reading actually started there. And yeah, that's basically when I started reading, like what book, and then the desire for reading started to grow. But it was all out of the hunger to be better and the hunger to improve what's this my life. As that's been a huge, can I say, factor for me, like to do that.
mm,
So yeah,
mm. So you are saying actually it did work for you that you fed yourself with this information and all this content. It did help you in terms of self improvement, and you did get to learn and also to just improve yourself. That's what you're saying basically.
yeah. The thing is as well, man. Sorry. It will depend also on what type of books you read, man. But for me, I'm into the psyche of humans, Robert. How we sorry how we think, uh, why we do things. For me, studying humans, Robert, is kind of like my thing, basically. Not studying, but learning about them, Robert. As I said, why we do what we do. So I tend to think of myself as a not a people's person, but I would say that I care a lot about people and people that I surround myself with, and just reading about why people do things, Robert. It everything boils down to that. Just wanting to know, the desire to know why we do what we do, Robert, and why people do things that, if I can put it, they're not supposed to, but they anyway do it. And why don't they do things that they are supposed to, Baba? So just those things, man, those kind of things. And also now, other books that I'm in. So it's basically psychological, psychology driven, or what's this, content books. And then my interest for business as well. And what's this? Yeah, my interest for business as well. So it's basically those two things.
That's good, man. That's good. Now, out of all the books you've read, like, do you have like a specific favorite author, or you just actually trying to find actually who do you like, or and all that stuff? Not that I would know anything, no, because I mean you are reading these guys, okay, reveal.
Actually, ne, to come to actually, yeah, make a point there. Now with Gary Vee, it's a different thing, ne? Because yeah, ne, he only has like 2 or 3 books. I stand to be corrected. And I only had read one of his, which I bought in Cape Town last time I went. Uh, it's basically a digital book, but I didn't enjoy it that much. You get what I'm saying? So, but it's good. Is his digital content, like his content that he produces on all the other digital platforms. Those are like those things are mind blowing, and they basically like have what's this? A lot of influence, basically. You get what I'm saying? So his book I didn't enjoy that much. That as Gary view of his, I didn't enjoy it that much, basically. But
mm,
it for me, it differs from book to book. You'll buy some books that
okay.
it's not the one. This one you don't enjoy it. You get what I'm saying? But you only
Yeah, yeah.
discover it once you have the book. In fact, uh, that's the thing that happens with me most of the time. But but the books that I can tell you that have been some stuff that or some books that I kind of like enjoyed. Uh, what's this? Mostly books that deal on a bio. I think, coming to think of it, it was the Nike one. I think that's my all time, not all time favorite, but I don't have a lot of favorite books, but just the Nike one, the one of Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, that the Shoe Dog. That's a good book. I enjoyed that quite a lot, Robert. So yeah, it comes back to that. I think why I like that book, why I enjoyed it very much was also the fact that it dealt on what's this branding and building a startup brand. So you kind of like fell in love with the author or the person because of their life story, Robert. So you tend to like fall in love with someone that come from the same, and that's what's been happening on my side. Guys that you can relate with, if I can put it that way. People that came from the struggle, Robo. As a coming up, I think it's just one of those things. People that come from a background relating to yours, you kind of like will feel more intact with them than some guy who came from what's this a well-off family and all of that, Robo. But not that that
Mm,
guy won't teach you anything. You kind of like relate more to the guy that comes from your background. And with the authors or the books, most of them that actually have impact on me or that I find interest in would be books like that. Bravo. That the author is an interesting guy. What he's built, bravo, has stunned me and bravo, has spiked something in me. And then to dig up more content of him, from him, I would invest in getting one of his or her books, if I'm making sense. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Hey, hey.